Sweetie, you are the job. Is your lack of not knowing that preventing you from being your best self, from being all that you can be? You know? Well, these are things I often have to remind myself at times too. So, you are not alone. How rude of me. It's the Yoruba goddess, kottick. And I speak on a myriad of topics, including but not limited to social sciences in general, including technology, self-awareness, self-improvement, coaching, philosophy, metaphysics, spirituality, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay? Because we're holistic people, alright? Government wants to box you in, keep you in one silo. You know what I'm saying? But to survive, you must be of many different dimensions. Okay? Don't get stuck in a box. Government profits off of your lack of knowledge and just the knowledge in one key area and nothing else, because you'll have less opportunities to liberate yourself. Okay? So I'm going to share my employment story, like the light version of it, okay? But first I'm going to share, a brief, quick history. So I've been working since the age of 15 years old, okay? And you know what I'm saying? I always managed to, obtain a job, okay? Okay, everyone wants to work with me, okay? But one thing I quickly realized, including a Wall Street company at the age of 21 when I got, the offer letter, okay? And that was to be a database administrator, okay? A ZOS mainframe database administrator, okay? Period. And from there, I started to learn that if you look like me and have confidence, people are going to have confidence as well as know what you're talking about, okay? And have the education to back it up. People are going to be threatened by you. Threatened, okay? Threatened, okay? Meaning, you know how to play with your intellect, with your intelligence, and you're not a stick in the mud, because at the same time, you're not perfect, and you know that, you're going to make mistakes anyways, like anybody else. I mean, the thing that comforts me is knowing that even doctors make mistakes. And I don't know if that should comfort me, okay, because that's a whole nother story. That's kind of like the doctor, that's kind of like having that friend that you went to school with that was always cheating, like on exams and stuff, but that was cheating to be a doctor. So, like, would you take your, parent to be seen by that doctor? I don't know. Okay, you comment down below, okay? But, yeah, so I've been working since the age of 15 years old, okay? And I was always like the most upstanding citizen. And since the age of 15, I am now 33 years old, okay? I'll be 34 on the 28th of this month, okay? Happy birthday, chaotic. So basically, when you've been like an upstanding citizen for a majority of your career, and the system is still systeming, then it's the damn system, okay? Stop questioning yourself. It's the system. Pack up and keep it moving, okay? In your own damn way. And this is where I really want to ask a real question to my melanated, my black women that, have experienced the working field or the corporate America, or just in general, maybe around the hood or whatever, and you have confidence and you're melanated, and maybe people might not think that you should have confidence, or whatever the case may be. Have you ever experienced that, where you got self-confidence, you know who the hell you are, but people perceive you as if you should not have confidence? You know what I mean? If you've experienced any of that, comment down below, okay? Like, so you have to now downplay yourself just to survive, okay? Not meaning that you even accept that. You just know, like, okay, let me just do this to survive. Because if, people get threatened by this confidence, they do nasty things. I'm telling you. Okay, so if you have experience or know what I'm talking about, comment down below, okay? And if you have a story time, don't leave a paragraph if you must. But yeah, comment below, because I know I'm not the only melanated woman that has confidence, that has had to play that confidence down, because what comes with all of the hatred. You know what I'm saying? So you just let people, you know what I'm saying? You let people feel like they got it. You got it, y'all. All of that, because you know, because you know what you're full of and the creativity that you got, and it ain't hitting. But you know what I'm saying? You let them, okay? Because you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what's happening to a lot of these, brands that are purchasing, views and followers and things of that nature, because it doesn't sustain, okay? It doesn't translate to sales a lot of times, okay? So I'm also freelancing as a social media manager. So definitely, if you need it, okay, a lot of companies need it. They definitely need them on me, okay? The Yoruba Goddess chaotic. I can understand why the side of evil, has so many participants, okay? Because when you're on the side of good, you have to see literally your people that you're trying to help, you know what I'm saying? You have to see them even mistreat you to uphold the nonsense that's fed to them. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, it can be infuriating. So I can see how most people can just, go with the flow or onto the bad side. Going to the bad side. Going to the bad side. Ooh. This is all the more reason why you need to literally reason in your head and critically think about what's going in and out of your head, because if not, you will be unknowingly accepting other people's narratives, okay? Instead of redirecting it and filtering through what you're receiving, you know what I'm saying? You filter through it within your brain like real time. You know what I'm saying? As far as if you even know your values and beliefs in the first place, or if they are manufactured by the government. So you have to figure out, are you a brain produced by the government, or are you a free thinking person, right? Once you figure that out, then you'll be even more able to see that in other people. It starts shining like a light bulb. I'm telling you. And if anyone knows what I'm talking about, please comment down below, okay? And right now I'm unemployed because, again, I was wrongfully terminated, okay, just by being, knowledgeable about my area and, not looking half bad, okay, and having a personality. But yeah, so right now I'm unemployed, wrongfully terminated, and I'm going through the legal things in the background. And it's a little bit complicated because I am also running the Goddess Universe, which I, started in September of 2021 originally. Okay. And then I started like the trademark was official and everything like that as of June 26th of 2022. So yeah, I've been doing a lot, and it does cost money to, keep the website open, to keep the emails, and to keep the everything going. It's a lot behind the scenes, okay, as well as keeping up the business license and things of that nature. If you want a video on how to start your own business, especially in the DMV area, make sure you comment down below. I have a lot of skills that I would love to share with you all, but you have to interact, okay? So make sure you comment down below, all right? But now back to the story. But first, let me just state that I do talk in a roundabout way a lot of times, especially when, on a major platform or whatever, because, it's kind of like I'm speaking in code, and those that get it will get it. You know what I mean? But if you want to get it and you need help getting it, make sure you comment below, okay? So, again, as a black woman in corporate America that knows her stuff, that looks damn good and has some self-confidence about her, oh yeah, everybody is looking at you as a threat. The Caucasoid man, the Caucasoid woman, the upper management melanated woman. It's you're getting it from all angles, okay? That's why you see a lot of us, melanated, okay, intelligent women that happen to look good, okay? Or at least, a little, you know what I'm saying? We're not too bad, okay? We alright. We bad. But anyways, a majority of us. Okay, so it's threatening, and keep in mind, people have their own different perspective. They have their own, I guess, traumas and their own insecurities around certain things that maybe, let's say for instance, a bigger woman that wants to be skinny, and you're a skinny, intelligent, confident young black woman coming into her field. Okay, they're gonna want to take you out. Okay, they're gonna want to take you out. Okay, especially if like they know that you're intelligent, and they know that if there's any mistreatment, that you'll most likely report it. So they don't like people like us, even though most times we just want to do our mind our business, do our job, you know what I'm saying, just face forward, look down, and just do our jobs. And mind you, I'm not one of those ones that just quit their 9 to 5 and wanted to be a content creator. No, I love my job. I love my career. I put my all into it. I got certified as a certified information systems auditor. Okay, within my field. Okay, I was not playing no games. I was good in my field. Okay. But people want to play games with you so they can throw you off your track, so that it'll be difficult for you to get back on, so that they can feel like they've had some effect on you, when maybe it's all by design for them to do that hateful stuff so that it can get out of there really and do what we really love and are passionate about, likely because a lot of times the government and society pushes people in predicaments that keep them stuck, and it's harder to progress, but you can free yourself. Okay, I'm in like one of the most messed up situations right now, but the difference between people comes to play when you see how they handle terrible situations. Some people will blame others, whereas some people will know, okay, maybe that was a mistreatment, but you know what, I still have life in me, so therefore it's not over yet. Okay. Period. I was basically let go in March. Okay, so that's almost 5 months now. Is August, and my birthday is August 28th. Okay, true Virgo. Okay. For just again, I had a father that was on life support the previous year, and all of that. I had a colleague that passed away, and they were already stressing her out, and they were expecting me to do the work of 3 people. Okay, and on top of that, my grandfather had passed away. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on, and they did not have no mercy. They did not give up. In fact, they increased the hostile work environment. Okay, and they would be harassing me when I was like in the emergency room or at an appointment or something like that. Yeah, it was terrible, and they'll continue it until like you make a technical mistake, so you have to always be alert so that you don't make a technical mistake. It's a lot. And then then I was on paid family leave, or FMLA is what it's also known as. And but this is like DC, right? So I was on family leave because, again, I needed some medical time. Okay, because there was a lot going on, so I just needed some time, right? So in the course of me trying to extend my time, because I had 120 hours available, but I think I only used 80. And, so I got my physician to like say, okay, hey, she's going to need an extension. And they kept delaying, the time to recertify. And then even though I provided them everything that was needed, and then they hired someone to like, conduct one of the certification meetings or whatever. And the person started putting their issues on me and the union rep and just expressing it. And I'm like, that is so unprofessional. But I didn't even, what I'm saying? I let her live. I let her live when I was filing the claims. I don't even think I even put her name in the claims. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. And again, if it wasn't for being wrongfully terminated basically since March, and have been going through the nonsense with this particular entity as a whole since February of 2020. It is now August 2024. Okay, and throughout that time, I just wanted to remain positive and put positivity out there, because again, some of us, the way we transmute negativity is by being more creative, being more positive, and you know what I'm saying, that's our way of giving back to the universe goodness, you know what I'm saying, even though we're experiencing maybe not the best things at this particular time, right? So it's like, might as well do something productive that's going to give back to Mother Nature or whatever you want to call it, right? So furthermore, I submitted several OHR complaints and at least one ODR complaint, and it never got followed up on. I never had an intake for it, and this is well over a year ago. Okay, luckily I have a federal EEO intake coming up maybe next week or the week after that. Okay, so my thing is just like, though certain miserable people will try to keep coming after you, but sometimes their misery and their hateful tactics will actually benefit you. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I know, like, okay, I could go get a job, you know what I'm saying? But I've started my own business. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and with limited income, because they were also, withholding my pay. They withheld my W-2. I had to report them to the IRS, all sorts of things, all sorts of foolishness, you know what I'm saying? Distractions and trying to, get me off my game technically, so that they can technically state certain things. They flat out lied on several occasions on me, and I had documented, emailed, paper trail of their lies. So make sure you keep a record of everything. Voice recordings, especially if you're in DC, okay? If you're in DC, you can record one way, okay? So just note that, okay? My union president, shout out to my union president, okay? She know who she is, okay? She's the one that informed me of that. Mind you, I was a little baby when I first came into that entity, okay? Even though, again, nothing is ever new. So once you have intuition based on your prior experience, you might want to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for your best benefit. Society and their preachings is not for your best benefit, okay? Especially as black women, okay? So you have to take your liberation in your own hands, period. And unlike our Caucasoid women's counterparts, we never really had the, privilege of being able to rely on our, male melanated counterparts. So that's the difference. So we had no choice but to be able to, seek, or at the most part, at least consciously know, okay, liberation is the only thing that's going to save us, right? Because most other groups, they benefit from the system, right? Exactly. To the point where even some of our own will help them and limit the support that they give to their own. You see what I'm saying? They'll make their own jump through hoops while freely supporting, those that aren't similar to them, things of that nature. But that's besides the point. That's more of my social sciences, aspect, okay? Okay, a holistic person. I'm a holistic person. You will not put me in a box, okay? Take that mantra too, okay? You owe nobody nothing, okay? But if you would like to, you can definitely support me. But you know what I'm saying? Support who you want to support. All I'm saying is a lot of us don't even help each other, but one flock help others, and that's fine. I'm just pointing it out, So now to look at this on a macro level, right? Let's take the working employment industry right now. High tech layoffs, high layoffs, period, right? And if it's high tech layoffs, right, and AI and all of that is in play, these HR people, who was one of the main antagonists, was the chief of policy in HR, who was right under the commissioner. That's who. And I'm like several layers under that. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just an innocent little fraud investigator. Okay, that's it. But coming at me hard. You know what I'm saying? So HR is jealous. I'm sorry to say, a lot of HR professionals are jealous of the people that they're bringing in. Okay, they often sabotage the agency, the entity, whatever employer. They sabotage them and the employees because they want to protect their jobs, because they know, honestly, HR isn't needed because it can be a AI that helps them fill out the job applications, payroll, all of that. So a lot of HR professionals are shaking in their boots, and they're quite frankly jealous of a lot of the skills that a lot of black women's have. And some of them are black women that are doing this to black women. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about if you know what I mean. Okay, if you've experienced this, comment down below. If you've never experienced anything like this, comment down below too. I would like to see your unicorn self. Okay. And who is the most educated group right now, especially, is black women, right? For the most part. So every other group, if they see one that is confident, doesn't look half bad, and is well educated, okay, you are the target. Just like you are the visuals, you are the job, you are the target. I'm not trying to fearmonger, because I'm not even with that, but I am for realism. Okay, period. So when you look at certain black women in management, just understand they have that colonization mindset, okay? That colonizer mindset, period. And they are not like us. And it's not just the black women in HR and management. It's the melanated men, as well as the Caucasoid men, as well as the Caucasoid woman, for sure, okay? At the Wall Street job, it was definitely a Caucasoid woman that was, I guess the young, hot, blonde thing before I got there. And I wasn't worried about none of that. Just like a lot of content creators or whatever, or people in general, they'll be threatened by you because they think that you want what they got or you want their structure. I'm myself. I just want to do me. Do not feel threatened, okay? Because you don't know what I want ultimately. I don't know what you want ultimately. And hopefully it's very different things is what I would think. And it could never be exactly the same as creative as I am, please. Okay. But anyway, I just wanted to share the light version of what I'm going through right now. And again, I just need about $2,500, okay? Because these are unexpected costs. And I've been surviving, since March. They even delayed my unemployment almost 2 months, okay? And because, again, I've been trying to make sure that I'm good, it's a lot of things that I kind of let slide, because I'm trying to handle everything, as well as the Goddess Universe, as well as just be a representation that you can be creative, as well as intelligent at the same damn time, as well as funny, as well as a cutie. You can be everything, okay? Period. And I'm not trying to date none of y'all, okay? If you're not spending money on me, okay, I'm not attracted to you. So most of y'all, are y'all spending money on me? No. So I'm not attracted to you. And you don't have to be attracted to me, okay? I just need one good provider, okay? One good leader, okay? National leader, okay? Period, okay? Someone that's, stomping with the big dogs, okay? Period. But receive the message, okay? Yeah, I just wanted you all to get a different perspective that, yes, they're coming for you. Yes, you are the target. You are my elite employee, okay? Okay. However, it's because they see something in you. They are threatened by you, meaning that, you know what I'm saying? They're insecure, girl. They're insecure about all of that. So look at it as a compliment, but get the fuck up out of there, okay? Start planning your liberation, your exit, all of that, and make sure you don't rush to, like right now, I'm not just gonna rush to another job. I'm gonna take my time, make sure I think things through, and the next step will be, hopefully a healthy, calming step, because that's really one of my favorite aspects of myself is the calming aspect. For sure. Anyways, I kind of just wanted to allow y'all to understand what was going on while I was, bringing the creation, because I had already created the Goddess Universe and all of that when I was in Nigerian boarding school, okay? This was like several years ago, okay? At Olashere International School, okay? Nigeria, okay? In probably 2004, 2005. But I brought it to fruition, and I never let it go. I kept it, and I kept it going because I'm like, yes, this has to come to see the light of day. And more importantly, is so that younger girls can see that I remain myself, People want to take your innocence or your childlike ways about you. That's the thing that keeps us young. Okay, don't let nobody take that away from you. And you can keep it to yourself. And the only reason, I took 5 years off of social media. Okay, and I came back on social media about what, 2-3 years ago. So I don't mind not being on social media. Okay, I'm very much a keep to myself type of person when I need to be. Okay, period. I don't mind that. Okay, sometimes it's more calming to just curl up and read a book. But you know what I'm saying? It depends on my mood, because I can do either or all of that, everything, if I want to. Anyways, the idea behind a lot of my content is to show you the behind the scenes, the process of the creation. I don't mind just showing the end result. That's what a lot of people seem to respect and love, is just the end result. But I was the type of person that wanted to see the process, and I appreciated those people that showed the process. So if you don't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you, but some people do appreciate seeing the process. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, creating a brand is not as easy as people will gaslight you into believing. Luckily, I never thought it was easy in the first place, because I studied marketing in school as well. Okay, on top of a whole bunch of other stuff, because I had so many interests. Okay, and I have the debt, the student loan debt. Okay, so anyways, I need to apply for an extension for my what's it called, forbearance or whatever, unemployment forbearance, whatever they call it. Okay. So it's been a long while since I've been without a job for like a long stretch of time. And again, I don't want to rush it. So I'm kind of just taking my time, and I'm not trying to feel like there's a burning fire under my foot to get another job, or, I'm looking at different avenues, and I love the-cottishuniverse.com. And if you would like this to be around for the younger generation, the younger ladies, to see that you can be yourself, okay, and that some people will tune into you, and some people will be able to relate to you, and some people do have a lot of different interests, and some people are just creative, and they would love to lend their hand, their creativity, to a bunch of people. But again, it's up to you to click like and subscribe and comment if any of this was useful for you. It's your girl, the Yoruba Goddess, Kottick, and I'm out. Okay, thank you guys for sticking to the end, by the way.